With only 13 days left in Season 12, you'll want to make sure to grab Warden before it's gone. In this video, I'll talk about each triumph required to complete the Warden Seal. Let's get started. Hive-Made Monster. Acquire all 7 upgrades for the Cryptolith lore. The 7th lore upgrade became available on January 6th, 2021. Many initially believed this to be bugged, however this was done by design due to the 7th upgrade being tied to the coup de grace mission. In order to get all available upgrades for the lore, you'll need to be at least rank 10 with the Crow. Ranking up is done by completing Wrathborn hunts. Each Wrathborn hunt gives 7 recon data, which can be turned into the Crow for rank up packages and increased reputation. There are also some recon data specific rewards for some Wrathborn hunts. This triumph is straightforward: get to reputation rank 10 with the Crow, and acquire all 7 lore upgrades to complete the Hive-Made Monster triumph. Stalk and Snare. Dreaming City. Defeat each Tier 2 Hive Wrathborn in the Dreaming City. And Stalk and Snare, Tangled Shore. Defeat each Tier 2 Fallen Wrathborn on the Tangled Shore. Both Stalk and Snare triumphs can be explained together. You'll need to defeat each of the 4 Wrathborn bosses in their Tier 2 forms. In order to access the Wrathborn hunt at a Tier 2 level, you'll need to configure your Cryptolith lore to have a mod in the 3rd slot. Having an empty mod container in the 2nd slot and an active mod in the 3rd slot will trigger a Tier 2 hunt. Alternatively, having active mods in both the 2nd and 3rd slots will trigger a Tier 2 hunt as well. Tier 2 Wrathborn hunts are 1220 recommended power, while Tier 1 is 1150 recommended power. Note that class items have no active mods available, so you'll never be able to make a Tier 2 Wrathborn hunt out of a class item. As long as you have a fully charged Cryptolith lore, you'll be able to knock this out relatively quickly. Hunting Attire. Defeat Wrathborn while wearing pieces of seasonal armor. More pieces of armor grant more efficient progress. With the full set equipped, a single Wrathborn hunt will give 10% progress, which means in 10 Wrathborn hunts, in a full set of armor, you'll have this completed. Anytime you're going into a Wrathborn hunt, just make sure you equip a full set of armor. It's very straightforward. I kept a full set on me in my inventory that I swapped to anytime that I was starting a Wrathborn hunt, and knocked this out right at the beginning of the season. One's True Culling. Defeat combatants with each Season Pass weapon. This means you'll need 400 Royal Chase Scout Rifle kills, and 200 Blast Batu grenade launcher kills. As a side note, this is the heavy grenade launcher, not the special one. Nothing crazy about this, it's a bit grindy, so just throw on the weapons while you're doing other activities or patrols on a planet to get this done. Talon of Light. Complete the exotic quest, Let Loose Thy Talons. This is a huge quest line, and also the initial quest line to get your first Hawkmoon of Destiny 2. The quest is not something that I've documented or created a guide for on my channel previously. If I do make a guide in the future, there will be a card at the top right of the video for that now. But as of this moment, I can give you a general idea of how to kick it off, and a link in the description to an article that details all the quest steps. To start this questline, you'll need to visit Spider in his lair on the Tangled Shore. Pick up the new quest from his inventory called As the Crow Flies, and get started. This quest has you looking for 5 feathers which are scattered across multiple planets. After you find the 5 feathers, speak with Crow and get the Let Loose Thy Talons quest. This is a 10-step quest which ultimately gives you your first D2 Hawkmoon. Once completed, the Triumph will unlock. Wrathender. Complete the coup de grace mission. This mission became available at the same time that the 7th Cryptolith lore upgrade was released on January 6th, 2021. Once you've picked up the 7th lore upgrade from the Crow, you'll be able to configure the lore for a 5th new type of hunt. This hunt is for the High Celebrant. You'll need to configure the lore to attract the High Celebrant in the Dreaming City. Once configured, you'll be able to launch the coup de grace mission from the Dreaming City Director. The recommended power for the mission is 1250, and despite having quite a few mission-breaking bugs, it's very easy to do solo. Hunt down the High Celebrant and defeat it to complete the mission. After completing the mission, there will be a cutscene and another quest step to speak with Spider. After speaking with Spider, the Triumph will complete. Tools of the Hunt. Defeat combatants with each seasonal weapon. You'll need to get 400 submachine gun kills with Friction Fire, 200 special grenade launcher kills with Deafening Whisper, and 100 linear fusion rifle kills with Corsair's Wrath. Another grindy triumph, but nothing difficult about it aside from forcing yourself to do it. Renaissance Hunter. Hone your skills with the seasonal weaponry. Defeat 200 combatants at a close range with the submachine gun Friction Fire. Rapidly defeat 50 combatants with the special grenade launcher Deafening Whisper. And deal 50 precision final blows with the linear fusion rifle Corsair's Wrath. All of the other kill things with specific weapons triumphs are tedious, but this one is just outright frustrating. I personally did this in the Divide on the Cosmodrome before Bungie patched the spawn rates of the enemies in that area. The close range kills were rather finicky for me, and basically wanted me to be inside the enemy I was shooting. I would recommend knocking this out as fast as possible since it's going to be one of the more time-consuming kill things with specific weapons triumphs. The Harbinger. Complete the activity Harbinger. Harbinger is the mission you'll need to complete every week in order to get new rolls of Hawkmoon. The very first time you launch this mission, you'll need to load into Trostland in the EDZ, drive over to the abandoned building to the right of where you spawn, and crawl inside a tiny opening to interact with an electrical box to begin the mission. After one completion of Harbinger, you'll be able to launch it directly from the map of the EDZ. Harbinger has a recommended power of 1270 with a ton of modifiers like Match Game, No Radar, taking combatants generate Blight Geysers when defeated, and incoming solar and environmental damage is increased. There are also several unstoppable champions at around the midway mark of the mission. There are some guides out there for soloing this mission if you typically play alone, however every time I've done this it's been with a full fire team. As a side note, deaths don't matter for completion of this triumph. The Flawless Triumph for Harbinger is not a requirement for earning the Warden Seal. Birds of a Feather. Complete the activity Harbinger while in a fire team with 2 other guardians where you all have Hawkmoon equipped. This triumph was previously bugged but got fixed on January 21st, so it's actually obtainable now. All 3 members of the fire team need to have Hawkmoon equipped for the whole Harbinger mission. By the end of it, you'll unlock the Birds of a Feather triumph. Of course, this is largely dependent on you being able to get 2 other people together to play this game. If you're struggling to get friends to play this game right now, or typically play solo but don't want the standard negative LFG experience, I would suggest checking out the D2 Sanctuary subreddit and Discord server. The idea behind D2 Sanctuary is to create a better environment for people who are looking for groups. The server has a large amount of people who suffer from social anxieties and are looking for chill groups to complete activities with. If you haven't heard of them before, I would give them a shot. If you have any other questions about Warden or any of its associated triumphs, please leave them in the comments below for me. If you found this guide helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Link it in your Destiny Discord, share it with your sister, show it to your scuba instructor. Your scuba instructor is probably looking to get Warden too, you know. Tier 2... What the fuck? What is... Fuck. Tier 2 Wrathborn hunts are 12